Alright guys, what is going on today? It's your man George back for another video, and today I've decided I'm going to do a tire change on the EX20s. After a little over 2,000 miles on this bad boy, I've gotten used to the knobby tire at this point. It doesn't really bother me that much. I'm used to the way it turns, but everyone complains about it. Everyone is belly aching about the tire that comes stock on this bad boy. And honestly, I never really ride this thing off-road at all. So I kind of figured I might as well put a nice little street tire on there. Something that'll give me a little bit more range, and it's got a little bit more of a rounded profile, so hopefully the turning will actually be improved on it as well. Alright, so the tire that comes with the EX20s is an 80/90/14 CST Knobby. Alright, so what does that mean? Basically, 80/90 means how wide it is and how tall it is. 80 wide, 90 tall. And the 14 just refers to the actual diameter of the wheel or the tire. So the inside rim is 14 inches. So this tire is 80 wide by 90 tall by a 14-inch inner diameter. Now, normally when you get a new tire, you need something that's going to be basically the exact size. A lot of these unicycles have very, very tight fitting spaces, but the EX20s actually has a ton of room in there. So I went with a 90/90/14, which is, so basically it's a little bit wider, but I think there's plenty of space in there to make it fit. The tire I'm going to be fitting today is the Michelin City Grip 2. I chose this tire because it is a street tire, but it still has a pretty aggressive grip pattern. I think it's going to kind of give me a good combination of increased performance while still maintaining a really solid grip profile to the road, which is something that when you're riding really fast, I want to make sure I've got a good grip. You know, I don't want something too slick. Alright, before we go any further in the video, be sure to support the channel by liking and subscribing the video if you haven't already. And if you really want to support the channel even further and you plan on making any electric unicycle or just PEV purchases in general, be sure to use my affiliate link down in the description below to alienrides.com. I do get a small kickback anytime you guys make a purchase through that affiliate link. As you guys know from my other videos, I will be using any proceeds that we generate on the channel for new content for the channel. So the more stuff you guys buy, the more stuff you'll get to see. So far, we've raised just about $300 so far for the channel, which is pretty awesome. That's why we got the tire and got a new helmet. So those are the first two purchases that we've made with our affiliate link proceeds. So keep rolling them in, and we'll keep doing great content and new videos. All right, back to the tire change. Anyway, so basically what I've seen so far as a tire change on this isn't going to be that bad. It seems like all I need to do, I already popped the pedals off of her. I just need to take off the kickstand and the back battery. Just one of them, I think. And I should be able to access what I need to on the rim, slide the wheel right out. I don't even have to disconnect the phase wires from the control board or anything like that. The hard part for me is going to be actually getting the tire on and off the rim. I haven't personally done that before, especially not with a tire this large. So we'll see how that goes. But I believe all you're really going to need in order to do this are a couple of sets of Allen keys and some tire irons, which I just actually purchased a little set online for like 14 bucks, so we could do this today. So let's see what happens. Oh, also, you're going to need an air pump, right? We're going to have to pump the tube back up. And anytime you're working on a wheel, you want to have some kind of a box to put all your screws, nuts, bolts, whatever in, so you don't lose track of any of them. And while I've got it ripped apart, we're going to hit it with another round of lube as well. Oh, and now that I'm looking at it a little bit closer, it looks like you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver also to get the motor wire loose. Alright, so step one was taking the pedals off. Step two is going to be taking off the side pads and the kickstand here. Alright, pad's gone. This is loosened up. I started on the side without the motor wire, so I'm pretty sure all I need to do is dislodge these 4 screws right here. These 4 bad boys. I think that's the only thing holding this in. Alright, other side's all set. Now on to the side with the motor wire here, which, like I said, is held on with these 2 little Phillips head screws, and it looks like there's only 3 screws on this side of it. We'll see once we move the motor wire. But same deal on this side, pedal first, pads, kickstand. All right, so pads, pedal, kickstand, all gone from both sides. So now I think what I'm gonna do is take off this front battery case to give us a little more play when we pull the tire out to change it. It looks like since the motor wire is right here on this side, that's probably gonna give us the most range of motion when we go to change the tire. So I'm thinking I'm gonna take off this battery case right here. All right, voila, battery case is out of the way. Now let's undo this motor wire here off these 3 spots. Whew. All right, so there's the last motor screw. I was right, there was only 3 on this side. So I believe now that we've got the screws out from both sides, I think this slides right out and there's just a little spacer in here. Is that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The EX20 never ceases to amaze me how easy she is to work on, honestly. I mean, it's so easy to just see where everything goes. It's all just it's so customizable. It's so easy to work on. Big bonus for the EX20, workability. All right, well, now that we've got the hub motor undone here, let's just go ahead and release all the air out of our tire. Oh yeah, she's flat as a pancake. All right, now comes the trickiest part for me because I really have no idea what I'm doing here. But we've got some tire irons and we've got YouTube. We're gonna make it happen. All right, so the first guy I watched said to just go around and pop the bead first. Just work it off the rim a little bit. I don't know, this one doesn't seem to be super beaded. I watched like a motocross tire changing video, so it's going to be a little different. But all right, so I'm pretty sure what he did was he went like this, right? He kind of pulled with one tire iron and then grabbed with the other. Okay. Let's see if we're doing this right or not. All right, so this is basically what he did was he got like a bite and then he just went like a couple inches over, did it again. Just slowly but surely worked his way around the tire. I'm pretty sure this is how he did it. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Once I used the irons to get it about halfway, I was able to just kind of rip off one side, and the same thing on the second side. I just used the irons, got it about halfway, and just ripped it right off. The one thing I had to be careful of was the nozzle on the tube, trying to not ruin this tube. I did buy extra tubes just in case I do ruin it. Oh baby, this hub motor is heavy though. So let's just take this opportunity real quick to examine the rim. So after 2,000 miles and having hit this thing hard enough to actually break one of my suspension rods, I don't see any dents, dings, nicks, cracks. It looks to be in excellent, excellent shape, which is great. Alright, now here comes the hard part though, getting this bad boy on there. Alright, so I guess first things first, we're gonna re-put our tube in here. This tire wants to go this way, so we need to put it this way, okay. Your tire should be marked somewhere on the direction it should be going. It says actually this tire can go either direction, and if it's on the front it's supposed to go one way, if it's on the rear it's supposed to go the other. I'm not sure which way I should put it. Should I act as if it's a front tire or a rear tire? I think we want to act as if it's a front tire, right? I want better grip, or do I want better water shedding? Let me think about this for a second. All right, bang. So with a little fuss, we got the first lip all on the motor. So that's good. First lip in. That's the first step. So step 2, we're gonna have to get this in here without running our tube. So let's slide this around a little bit. See if we can't fish this bad boy in there. All right, look at that. We got it through. That was the biggest pain in the ass so far in the whole process. All right, so now we just got to get the second bead on the rim. Here we go. All right, I almost got it here. It's taking some fighting, but we're almost there. I can just get one more good bite on it. I should be able to. Inch by inch here at the end. So close. All right, there it goes. It just popped right on there. All right, so hopefully I didn't destroy my tube doing that. All right, so now that the tire is mounted, we have to make sure that the bead is sitting pretty evenly around the whole, both sides of it. So I think what they suggest there to do is to put a little air in, inflate it a little bit, deflate it, inflate it a little bit, deflate it, and a little bit more, deflate it, and just keep letting the tire kind of work itself into position. So basically what I'm doing is just kind of inflating and deflating the tire and just kind of bouncing it a little bit to hopefully get it to seat itself nicely all the way around. A little more air in again. Basically I inflated it, deflated it, and bounced it around for a while. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. Alright, so this time I went up to about 20 psi. Just letting it. This side looks pretty good except for right here. Still needs a little work. I don't really want to get in there much while pressurized, but it's not bad on this side. And this side looks pretty good except for about the same kind of spot, this top area here. So let's let the air out again, and we'll concentrate on trying to get this side a little bit more even. this side's looking pretty good. And this side is looking pretty good too. So let's inflate it again. This time we'll go even higher. We'll go 25, maybe 30. All right, this is now looking really good, actually. I think we did it. It's holding air. The tire seems to fit perfectly. Well, let's just hope I didn't lose any screws while I try and put this bad boy back together. All right, spacer and motor wire are back in there. Now let's put the battery back on. All right, other side is finished, so now I'm just gonna try and get this spacer here kind of sit in the right spot. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, it looks like. Oh, I got one eye to line up. If I can just get a screw in it, I can rotate it, right? Come on, bite it. Yeah, baby. Alright, we got that to bite. So now, I should be able to line up the rest of this here. Oh yeah. Oh, that worked gorgeously. That's how you do it right there. All you gotta do is get one screw in, and then you can just kind of rotate the whole thing in place. All right, so we've got the pedals and pads back on both sides, motors all connected, battery cases back on there. Last thing is to put on this kickstand. One thing of note though that I noticed when I was trying to fit the tire was it was a little too tall and it was just touching the top of the mudguard here. So since I don't really ride this off-road or in wet conditions, for now I'm just gonna take this off for the sake of being able to ride it today and with this tire. But we are gonna have to go back and address the mudguard issue. I needed to make one for the front anyways, so this might give us a good opportunity here to make just a all-in-one front and back mudguard using the stock piece. But that's a project for another day. Today, we want to ride this tire. All right, she is all fitted up, put back together, and ready to go. So we are going to give it a little test stroll here. So there's still only about 20-25 pounds of pressure in the tire right now. So I'm just gonna go up and down a couple hundred feet, not only to feel it, which, wow, this is night and day, but to try and just balance and seat that tire a little bit. And then we'll go back, we'll let the air out, put some air in. We'll do it 2 or 3 times just to try and balance it out the best we can. But this is crazy how much different this already feels. The turning is definitely going to take a while to get used to, but it's ridiculously better as far as this thing used to feel like a big, heavy, unwieldy beast. These turns are insanely nimble on this tire. That's crazy. Wow, I forgot how nimble a big wheel can be. You know, the EX, this is how the EXN kind of felt. Like once you're on it, you don't even notice the weight anymore. All right, so there we go. 200 feet at 20 pounds of pressure. I'm gonna let all the air out, pump it back up to 20-ish again, and just do it again. All right, so I've gone back and forth, pumping it up and down 3 times now. I gotta say, it's night and day how this machine feels with this tire on it. It's unbelievable. I knew it was gonna be a big difference, but I knew the maneuverability would be better, but I didn't realize how much weight you were supporting having to turn that tire so physically. So basically what I'm trying to say is it feels way lighter riding it now. Like before it would really, I mean, it was so top heavy feeling. Now, whew. And I'm starting to realize it wasn't the top heaviness. It was literally trying to hold the machine on an exact angle, on a bias. Whereas holding this machine now with the rounded tire, there's no weight to it. You're just kind of like rolling on it. It's so much lighter feeling. Yeah, if you're a smaller guy, I 1000% suggest switching to this just for the feeling of how much lighter the machine is alone. Like, that's crazy. I didn't realize that was going to be the effect. I knew that it would turn better, but I didn't realize it would feel lighter. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it for this video today. Thank you for watching, as always. I really appreciate it. We're going to have to get out and ride this tire, put a couple 100 miles on it so I can really give you a good review and tell you how I think of it. The Michelin City Grip 2. And I got to say, the tire change on the EX20, really not that bad. I think it took me about 2 hours to do, and it's the first time I've done it. So realistically, I could probably bang that out in an hour, hour and a half. And it wasn't complicated. It was just step by step by step. Very easy to do. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, guys. Until next time, ride safe.